actually really feels bad for the second round of Hololive EN
Oh,
because
I was just
they have
talking. Yeah, I was just
they
talking
have
with
to
Arn about
follow up 5 actually amazing artists
that. Well,
in
not
various
only
fields.
that, it's just like Gura is effectively the
And
market
Kiara.
cap. Like
Poor Kiara.
Yeah, well, Kiara and poor Ina, Ame, and Kiara are getting left behind a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I
they're
mean, I
still
don't think Ina
amazing at what they
is.
do.
A
Like
little bit.
Kiara seems to be
Eric
playing
the
catch
other
up with his
two.
singing, but she still has a good singing voice at least.
I don't know. I just think there's not much room for them to expand out because they already got the artist. They already got the quote unquote pro gamer. I suppose that's a region you can expand your roster in, the pro gamer area, because you can have different pro gamers for different game types.
Yeah.
They already have the singer. Because the main issue is when you're doing a public-facing company, what you don't want to do is have employees competing for the exact same position. Like, oh no, she's the best singer. No, she's the best singer, and then whoever has more people ends up becoming the one known as the singer, and then the other one kind of just gets dragged along with the popularity instead of actually being their own thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like how 90% of the 6 hollow JP gens are.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, only what was it? Gen 1, like 4 from Gen 1 actually made it to top popular of JP, but then it's like, who the fuck's in Gen 3? Nobody knows.
I mean, I know all of them, but
There's still enough for them to make money at least. Like,
oh yeah,
oh,
I
yeah.
know. It's just gonna be really tough because, again, the English scene's a little bit different from the JP scene, and I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot if they try to treat the English scene the exact same. And of course,
Well,
honestly,
I mean, here's the thing.
okay.
They had at least some self-awareness when they picked people like Ame and Callie, right? Like, they let Callie get away with, like, completely skipping the general mold.
Basically,
Yeah.
let her get away with murder. Yeah.
let her get away with the N-word too.
base.
But no, it does show a little bit because they did negotiate with both Kiara and Callie to allow them to continue their side careers.
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting. But you know what? Let's get into it, guys, because you know what today is?
Pain.
Today's Friday, which means it's time for some Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9004. Your host, Sneaky Devil. We can drop that timer off so people know we're going.
Are we dropping that timer off at the pool with the kids, Sneaky?
You know what?
Dropping
No,
off a cliff,
I
hopefully.
plan on picking it back up. So,
Done.
Yeah, what, in 17 years?
well, let's go get some cigarettes real quick. So I'm gonna go run to the store.
Oh, he's not coming back.
I was
Sneaky
saying,
was
he's
never
from
seen
no,
again.
hold on a second. He's from Jersey.
hell?
There's every chance he might come back because he gets lost on the way to the store.
And that's impossible. You can't get lost in New Jersey.
Oh, please, if you ever look like you're lost in New Jersey, you'll get killed in 30 seconds.
Nonsense. No. You can't. It's physically impossible to be lost in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, dude, you do not understand how many roads we have going everywhere. If you walk in a straight line to the other location you want to be, 100% guarantee there will be a road the entire way. Like
That's useful.
you really don't understand how much of New Jersey is just roads. There's so much fucking road. Now, don't get me wrong. None of those roads are a straight line.
So there's no straight roads.
That's a slight problem.
No, it's the nature of how the roads were made, because a lot of the roads in New Jersey were actually caravan trails. So basically,
Yeah, it's like a very similar thing to the way Boston worked.
Yeah, whatever
like,
pathways were the easiest for a wagon to go down was the dirt road. and then we paved all the dirt roads because those were the ways that people used. And so you get some really windy roads and a lot of intersecting roads because, you know, it was just easier to just take this shortcut. And then more people started taking that shortcut, and then it got turned into a road. So there is so many fucking roads in just like, if you choose to go east, you have the choice of at least 15 different roads just from the one you're on right now. There's so many fucking roads here.
Yeah.
We also have a 12-lane highway going through New Jersey.
That's
That's a bit
That's
overkill.
almost
Cool.
as bad as
Proud of you.
Okay,
China.
how bad does that start bottlenecking?
Oh, it doesn't at all. Everyone's going 120. It's okay. Look. It's all right. You know why it's all right? Because in perspective. Yeah, in perspective, it's great because you will never be more terrified in your life than when the 18-wheeler is passing you and you're going 110.
Oh god. So okay, so basically everyone treats it like it's the Audubon.
I mean, yeah, what are they gonna do? Pull us all over?
Fucking New Jersey.
I mean, don't the police occasionally just set up a roadblock and just start mass issuing the ticket? Like, just
No.
walk back down the line?
No.
I think they get
They
run over
really
by
should.
that too.
New Jersey cops have better things to do, like take bribes and leave their job.
Right, of
Excellent.
course.
As it should
I
be.
mean,
Max, did you send me that just to insult me with how much I paid for it when I bought it for you?
no, that's actually a super recent release.
So anyway, tonight's story is going to be a great one, and by great one, I mean it's probably going to be a little bit painful.
Also, it looks
for
like
who?
garbage.
Might you call it an old great one?
No,
Ooh.
it's definitely not an old great one. What the actual fuck is this? Hold on, let's see. I don't know if I should actually. Okay.
Okay, Sneaky, send it to me. I can evaluate it.
No, I just evaluated it because it's only like 600 words long for the first chapter. So
Can we? So we can just leave, right?
that is not the story
I
we're
mean-
going to be covering.
You can leave that. No one's keeping you here.
No one but yourself and your greed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Just a reminder: every time you leave prematurely, your pay gets docked by $10.
You don't
What
pay us.
pay?
I do.
No,
Yeah, we-
no,
no,
you
three
of
of
us
us
get
get
paid. The rest of you are idiots. You just show up.
So,
Yes,
this is
please
a
start off,
story.
Steve.
We're gonna get on with it now. It's this is a catnip, a Ruby story. Don't worry, it's gonna be over quick.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
the
like
high
that. I
grade,
don't-
not the master grade. I see.
Yeah, that's the high grade. Oh, you got. Read what I send you.
No, I refuse to read, just like Phantom.
So anyway, this story is called Catnip. It's the description for this story is what made me put it here. Slow burn monochrome, which assumedly means Weiss times Blake. At least
Well,
it
no,
might
Sneaky,
have been a
Sneaky,
slow
we don't have
burn.
to assume. We can consult the chart.
At least it might have been if Blake wasn't high as shit. Rated T. I don't know how those two go together. I'm pretty sure drug use is rated M. So cover art by one and only Dashing Cream. Way to call that guy out. So anyway, we're not really gonna doing too much of this story because there isn't much here. It's effectively them just talking a bunch to each other.
What the hell is that fan art?
And then Blake takes drugs and then sexually assaults Weiss.
All right, let's pull.
That's
How
the entire first chapter.
How badly is the shipping chart going to load? Oh my
it.
god!
So we can move on now. Is everyone
Uh,
excited?
The page is frozen, in case anyone was
Excellent.
curious.
Excellent.
Google
So
Sheets
instead,
is not made for this.
we're gonna do. You know what? You know what we haven't done in a while?
No. What haven't we
Rising
done?
of the Shield. Have we done this one? Rising of the
I feel
Shield
like we-
Hero.
Only
I
done
don't
like
know.
2 of those.
Post the link and I'll check.
Wait.
We typically
Shield.
don't do. Oh no, it doesn't look like this one has been linked before. So excellent, good times.
Yeah, let's double check that.
This is another nice little short one. Rising of the
That was
Shield
fucking good.
Hero, New Lives. As the Rising of the Shield Hero world begins that road to recovery, and knowing that he can't return to his old world, now Fumi Iwatani decided to start a live with his with his companions in world. Decides to start a live with his companions in world. How will they do in world? Let's find out, shall we? Yes, it's a harem story as well. Get over it. Featuring Naofumi, Raftalia, Melty, and the Queen.
I don't like this disclaimer.
Bottoms up, boys.
I don't like where this is going.
It's trash.
Trash.
Oh boy, and it gets even worse. Author's
How?
note. I am an anime-only fan. I will be taking bits and pieces from the web novel and the light novel. No.
Why?
If a light novel comes out for a story, it is canon. The web novel is no longer canon. It's effectively the draft. Never take anything from the web novel.
Yeah, honestly, just think of it as its own separate canon. Like One Punch Man, to my knowledge, the webcomic is still updating while the manga is still going as well. So they're basically just 2 separate canons.
Yeah.
We just get a little peek at the future of what we can expect in the manga.
And the guy behind One Punch Man fully just flat out said that One Punch Man, the webcomic, is effectively going to be used as a test bed for his ideas, and that it shouldn't be considered canon for the official release of it.
Yeah, which is fine because the manga is actually better because professional value. But the
Yeah.
webcomic has some really interesting ideas that, like, I hope some of this stuff happens. Like, there's a fight between Tornado and Saitama. It's like, I want to see that in the manga because this looks really fun.
I use, for some reason, capitalized information I read on Rising of Shield Hero Wiki. With that out of the way, please, why is that also capitalized? Enjoy the story, leave a review for constructive criticism is welcome, but don't be mean douchebag troll. Why is that also capitalized?
Wait, what?
Just the author's just randomly capitalizing words, doesn't have punctuation, and just completely missing conjunctive statements. What the fuck is this an American? This can't be an American.
Sneaky.
We know better.
Sneaky, you were in a call center for the government.
You know it can be an American.
I know.
Yeah, he doesn't say where he's from.
I know. The horrors I've seen.
Ah, yes.
A New Kingdom, July 9th, 2020. Why is it arbitrarily taking place in 2020?
His there is a line in his profile, Sneaky, that I think would cause some soul damage to you. I have a certain type of writing style. My readers with either get used to it or not.
if you don't like my writing style, that skip my stories and find another fanfiction writer or get lost.
I think his writing style is poor grammar.
Yeah. In which case, I'm about to get lost.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am in immense pain.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you don't like my writing style,
realize being
that's-
retarded was a writing style, but you know, man, I don't think I think that's cultural
Oh.
appropriation.
oh, you know, he gives us two choices if we don't like his writing style:
Oh yeah,
find another fanfiction writer
yeah.
or get lost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get
Aren't those
lost.
the same thing?
You would think. You would think.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get lost in the miserable pile of garbage that is his writing.
So I'm just going to quote. I'm not gonna say anything directly, but definitely I recommend that this author watches part 3 of Hitler versus Vader, and definitely pays attention to the finishing line that Vader delivered, and possibly consider it.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking? Oh right, ERB. It's been so long since I've even thought about that particular YouTube series. Are they still doing stuff?
No.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nice Peter decided to have another kid, and decided that
Oh.
just arbitrarily he was going to stop doing it again without telling anyone.
Yeah. It's a bit on and off.
That was nice.
fair,
of
fairly
him.
recent.
And definitely didn't string his entire Patreon account. Definitely didn't give them fake updates for an entire year and a half, and definitely didn't keep taking their money during that entire time.
It's not a good
Ah.
look.
Yeah. It's kind of an oof.
As
I like that C8's quoting you, but he's not clipping the quote.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's C8. Fuck do you expect?
Okay, so for some reason, look is also capitalized. As I look past the amount of suffering, for some reason, carnage is capitalized, and damage left by the waves, I can say that I still have a lot of work ahead of me. Semicolon. That's not proper.
Semicolon.
That's not even the proper usage of semicolon. It's supposed to connect two related statements, but this is a completely unrelated statement. I have a lot of work ahead of me, and I have lots of allies and companions. Those are not conjoined statements. However, as he continues to completely ignore normal grammar rules, as long as I have my allies and companions, I will be fine. I have come to admit that I have feels for my closest friend, and sword, Raftalia, to which she was extremely happy now knowing that I truly love her from being there in my darkest hours and moments in my life. I come to thank her for being there to pull me from walking down the truly despicable, miserable, and evil path. As opposed to dying. After a few days of my admission... Wait, so you admitted that you loved her for a few days straight?
That's weird.
That's...
I mean,
kind of-
listen,
I'm
some
gonna be real,
people are
that's kinda
probably
weird, yeah.
Some people are probably into that, but that's weird.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, Raftalia was also into you, but like, just being like, yo, hey, Raftalia, I love you. And just like, every single time you see her, you're just like, hey, love you. I'm just kind of just weird, just a little bit weird.
I mean, let's be honest. Both of them have probably have severe repression issues.
I mean, that's true, but Raftalia wasn't really repressing it.
I feel like severe is understating it.
Raftalia was pretty fucking thirsty, and she wasn't really ever suppressing it. Even in the anime, she was displayed as pretty fucking thirsty. Let's see. I have come to thank her for being there to pull me from walking to after a few days of my mission, blah 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 blah. I propose. So you told her you loved her for a few days, then you proposed to her, then loved her. Why? Okay, there's no grammar here, so this is one whole sentence. So let me just clear my throat for this. After a few days of my admission and telling her that I loved her, I proposed to her to ask if she would become my wife, to which she gladly accepted. That's like 3 sentences. We spend next month, June 11th, 2020. Why arbitrarily 2020? To prepare, why is that capitalized, for our wedding. We send out invitations, like... Why is that arbitrarily in the past tense?
Because this author hates you specifically.
As we prepared the invitations, I was deeply reluctant to invite my follow moronic and naive heroes.
Doesn't now Fumi have a better relationship with all of them by the end of this year? Like, he's
yeah.
already kind of repaired
yeah.
He's already kind of repaired relations with them by like volume 8. So, what is this?
Yeah, I'm not.
One he hasn't repaired with, and I think it's like the Lance.
Yeah, but you
one.
gotta remember, this guy only watched the anime, and now he's going to write a story about the
No, he
post-
repairs it with the Lancer. It's just very odd.
It's very odd, yes. But no, so this guy only watched the anime, you gotta remember, and he's going to, having only watched part 1 of 10 of the Shield Hero series, he's now going to write the epilogue.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
That tracks. That tracks.
yeah. It's like Worm all fucking over again. Having only read the first 3 chapters of Worm, I'm now going to tell you how the epilogue goes.
I'm now going to rehash all of canon.
Yeah, I'm also going to rehash all of canon. I have absolutely nothing changed despite Taylor being able to shoot laser beams and being immortal. And, you know.
Oh, and she hears the voice of the Emperor on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Only
Also,
Thursday.
She has meta knowledge about every single person.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you heard the voice of the Emperor all the time, this would just be a Warhammer 40k crossover, Max.
You
that
know,
just sounds like.
Now I just want to see someone write that.
I kind of
Just
would
with the
really
pick.
like to see like a Borderlands Worm crossover, but not like a crossover, but more like a fusion sort of thing where Taylor triggers with Borderlands tech Tinker Shard, and it really starts affecting how she sees everything. And like whenever a villain, she starts to fight a villain, it does the whole fucking freeze frame where they get the pithy line flavor text underneath their name.
Oh, absolutely. And they should very clearly gain a health bar, and the world.
Oh yeah, very clearly gain a health. That's
And
like
the
my
world
first
should
text she makes.
absolutely
Yeah.
switch to a cell shaded style.
Yeah, I mean, you can even excuse all of that too by like having her make some sort of eyeglass HUD, you know, that goes over her eyes to help aim or whatever, and give her ammo counts and whatnot.
I mean, if we really want it to be like Borderlands, then the story's got to be really shitty, my dude.
Oh well, I mean, obviously, it's a fucking Worm story. It's perfect.
Exactly.
He's not
It's a
wrong.
match made in, well, really purgatory more than anything else.
I think I would just get a really big kick out of that, because just like completely arbitrarily, you know, shit would happen. Just like, you shot the boss you shot that one guy a bunch with a gun, except for some reason when he died, he just explodes, and it's just like, well, why did he just explode? I don't know. It's just what they do when you kill them, you know. They just explode.
Or they just drops like 50 guns.
Yeah, just explosion of loot.
You takes
this
down
normally
Lung,
happen?
just turns into a pile of guns.
An orange
the-
gun just falls out. It's the fucking volcano.
No, clearly it should be called like.
It's funny that you think the volcano
Sneaky,
will
that's
drop.
why you've got to go and invent like unique. Almost call them exotics. What are they called in Borderlands? Ricky, you
Legendaries?
absolute trash.
Yeah, I think they're legendaries. Well, there
Really?
are
That's it?
exotics. That's just a different grade. Yeah, no, fucking. I don't know. I would just get a kick out of it. I think a lot of problems in Worm can be solved with just Borderlands logic.
Almost certainly.
Oh, I mean, I fully agree, but like, call whatever you get from Lung the Dragon's Breath or something does a bunch of fire damage. If you beat
It's an
Contessa,
SMG that does fire damage.
the longer you fire it, the faster it fires, or some dumb stuff like that.
The spread gets wider and wider.
So what? It's the Bane.
Well, no, the Bane
Yes,
screams
only it
at
doesn't.
you.
Actually, you know what? No, it should absolutely talk to you.
No, I think Leet. Yeah, Leet. No, Leet should talk to you. Whatever drops from Leet, that should
Yes.
talk to you.
It should be a shield that works 50% of the time.
Like, it's just got a really fucking huge health bar. It's got great dodge, but it only works like
Blocks 100% of the damage, 50% of the time.
Wait, what?
technically that's what we call a.
Excellent. Someone muted him. All right, so we're just gonna move on and pretend that he didn't say anything.
Yep.
Anyway, so,
By the way, if you guys want to subscribe to Sneaky's Patreon, the next story he's writing is Saint Grand Imperium.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna go combine Grand Order and Warhammer 40k, and it's gonna be an absolute fucking shitpost. I'm not gonna put any fucking effort into it at all. I'm not even gonna try and make it coherent. I'm just gonna make people say random ass shit. It's gonna be like Grand Order effectively with a Warhammer skin. So I'm gonna crib a lot of stuff from Grand Order, like having no coherency and having a bunch of servants that make no sense, and just generally ignoring every single rule and lore in the entire series.
Yeah, because every spinoff totally doesn't work off of different rule sets. You're right. Type Moon's never done that. Good job, Sneaky. You cracked the formula.
I know. I am in awe of my own genius sometimes.
You really should stop being in awe of it. It's not a good role model.
Yeah, I recommend.
I'm a genius. Oh no!
Your genius is like
I wonder how many times has Max heard that throughout the years. Max, I have an idea. Max, this'll work. Oh shit!
enough that my first reaction upon you yelling my name while I was playing a single player game was to run around the map looking for it. Just like, wait a second, playing Shadow Warrior. This is a single player game. Why am I looking for Sneaky?
Max, help! just runs around like, wait a second, hold on.
Wait a second. I'm not dealing with Sneaky's bullshit.
Take a right here. Oh, okay. Wait, what are you doing? Taking a right. Vroom. We're on top of the trees. How the fuck?
you have reached your destination.
That was
Actually, no, the destination was still a good, 2 miles up the road.
Yeah, no, Max didn't say take a right at the next road. He just said take a right, just in a very authoritative way, though. So I was like, I guess I take a right here.
I think I was like, take a right up there. And you decided up there was just a couple feet?
Well,
you just turned off the road.
Well, no, because where he said, when he said take a right, to my immediate right was the entrance to the beach, which is sometimes where quests were taking place in that game. And so I was like, oh, okay.
Who was the one who was in the car with you when you got stuck in the tree?
Max. Dude, we didn't even know each other then.
There have been multiple.
Oh, I'm sorry.
points
I
where
was thinking about GTA.
Yeah.
GTA is a separate thing.
That
The time you got
was... Yeah, I
There have
also
been
got stuck in the
multiple
trees on that game, but
There have been multiple games that Sneaky and I have been stuck in a car in a tree together.
then there was the time we got the helicopter stuck in the tree.
No, the most impressive one, Mac. I don't think you can park this helicopter in the in the radio tower. Just
Yeah.
watch me.
Yeah.
I parked it.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
So it kind of fucked us out of a helicopter. The closest one was
Unfortunate.
Max, don't go down too quickly. Why not?
the grappling hook physics in that game were interesting to say the least.
I'm gonna launch you now. What do you mean? Just fucking slingshot.
Look, one of my personal favorites was the time when Max used his magic lag switch to warp us out of an explosion.
Yeah, that did happen. Sneaky,
Oh
you were
shit!
there for that.
That's an explosion. What?
You remember that, right? We were doing a robbery in GTA with Rob as well, like when we still ran that, and you just heard explosions. Like, Max, what happened? And it's like he lagged out of an explosion. The explosion just activated the lag.
We were all in the car, and I'm like, oh shit! And you're like, what? And then the car just passes straight through the explosion, and we're all just like,
No,
what?
no, Sneaky.
This was
a different one. This was when I think it was Rob threw a bunch of C4 on my Karuma.
Yes.
And then activated it because I hadn't noticed him doing it. It's like, wait.
The whole car
car's been
exploded, and
punched.
then just
Max just kept driving. Yeah.
Because I think I was stuck on my laptop at the time, and like explosions were just pushing the CPU.
Yeah, that was
So
a wild time. That was a wild time. I did actually like our train bandit times more than I liked doing the robberies, because
the train banditry was let's be clear.
Pissed off the server. I don't know why it did, but us doing that pissed off the server consistently.
I was gonna say, if by train bandits you mean just ride the train around the map, letting go with every single weapon we had until we got 5-star wanted levels, yes,
that is exactly
bandits.
what he means. Yes.
Yes, train banditry.
But we also extended it to the server, and it was only on servers that started shit with us first. To be fair.
Yes.
It was the weirdest thing. People got fucking dedicated trying to kill us. Like that one guy with the fucking minigun jeep, and we're like, oh shit.
But it turns out train cars are
immortal.
The chest high wall of a train car is in fact invulnerable to minigun bullets.
Yeah, you know.
Excellent.
Everyone knows that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't.
Oh god, those were good times, good times. And then GTA banned us because we used Discord.
To this day, they still refuse to tell people what it was that triggered the anti-cheat flag, and I don't appreciate losing my 180-hour character that I invested time
do love
into.
it. I do love everything that went into that, though. Like, fucking Max and I both had, like, was it $1 billion in hacked cash?
No, we got $1 billion because someone started spawning money on people.
That's what I said.
In the
It was like $1 billion in hacked cash. Like, this guy just went around giving everyone millions of dollars in cash. And Max and I collected so much of it, and we were just like holding on to it. We're like,
we were AFK.
Right,
That was like we could just come back to our computers. Like, why do we have money?
Why does the dollar sign just keep going up?
Sneaky, why are you bleeding money?
And Max was like, we can't use this. We can't use this. I'm like, all right, fine. And then we waited for, like, what was it, 2 months?
No. We waited a week, did some research, and it's like, okay, how do we report this? Oh, they tell people just keep the money and use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we
we
waited
ended up,
on that. We were like, oh, are we gonna lose this at some point? Nope.
No, we never lost it. So
we just had shit tons. We had like multiple max level shark cards of cash.
Because some dude was just running around spawning money bags on people.
But we don't get banned for that. But using Discord. Gets us banned.
Yeah, because this was when we were still using Steam Chat and Skype.
Yeah.
Is when we got that money, and then our first time using Discord in GTA 5 to check something, we both decided, all right, we played this game enough, we'll buy a shark card just because we put so much time into the game.
Yeah.
And we get banned
then they
the same fucking
us.
day, and we find out a month later
Yeah.
after the sale had ended, because it said when the sale is over is when people will get their money.
Yeah. And they fucking banned us because they were like, The worst part is I actually went to a sales to a customer service rep, and he was straight up just like, yeah, we're getting lots of false flags from programs similar to Discord, which have overlays in them that aren't from Steam, and they've been tripping our anti-cheat software. And I was like, oh, okay, so that means I can get my account back? No, all bans are final.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
It's like you just straight up admitted to me that you're getting blatant false flags, and you acknowledge that they are false flags, and you know what's causing the ban, and you can tell when it's a proper flag or not, but all bans are final. Like, really?
Yeah, that situation pissed me off so much, because they've had a lot of really cool updates since then. It's like, shame that I will never experience these unless I go and get a discreet trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if we ever hop on GTA 5 again,
probably gonna cheat.
we're just pulling out trainers.
Yeah.
We've already been banned once for cheating falsely.
Yeah.
So fuck
it.
They think we're cheaters already. Why bother caring?
But no, it's kind of funny actually, because I would have accepted, like, okay, fine, my character's banned, and if they would have just been like, all right, well, here's like $500 million, because I had something like 300 million, and I spent like 200 million of it on buying everything. If they were just like, all right, here's 250 million, here's $500 million, sorry, you were falsely banned, you'll have to start a new character, because it's like, oh, we didn't save any of the data for the character. It's like, okay, you know what, fine. At least some of the investment I put in to playing it is getting returned.
I would say the most important investment will be refunded.
Dude, the customer service rep I got, it's like, okay, since you got to be a jackass and keep reading a script like an idiot, what about the money I spent on the game? It's like, oh, don't worry, you'll get that when your ban is up. It's like, oh, you make it sound so nice.
Our permanent ban?
It was only my shark. No, it was a 1 month ban. What
Oh,
did you do to get a permanent?
No, I got a permanent ban.
Well, damn, you got hit even harder than I did. My character was deleted, and I had a 1 month ban from online period.
Oh no, yeah, no, I my character got deleted, and they said that I would not keep anything. I would have to start a new character and start from scratch.
Yeah, no, they told me the same thing. Yeah, no. My question was, what about the shark card I bought? It's like, oh, don't worry, you'll still get that. It's like, oh, gee, thanks. It's so fucking useful now, right?
Yeah. But it is what it is, and honestly, I just want to talk about anything besides this garbage ass story. So basically, to anyone who's unaware, blah blah blah, random capital letters, blah blah blah, incoherent grammar, blah blah blah. That word's capitalized for no apparent reason. It's not even like it's an important word. It's just randomly capitalized. Blah blah blah, no fucking grammar, blah blah blah, that's not canon, blah blah blah, arbitrary bullshit, blah blah blah. He's literally putting author's note asterisks into apparently a biography.
Alright then.
I like this entire first chunk right here, by the way, is apparently quotes from other characters about the time passing.
That's stupid.
That's retarded.
Extremely stupid.
It's these giant blocks of text that are just like, and these are all the things that happened post-epilogue, and now we're at this point in time. And it's just like, So you're literally going to skip all of the post-epilogue bits that would actually require you to write the characters in a coherent fashion that's consistent with their narratives and their characterizations up until this point. And you're going to use this tell, don't show method to get the characters to a point where you can objectively say that you're writing the characters as they should be for this story, because you've changed so much in the tell, don't show section that they are effectively not those characters anymore. That's what the author's doing right here, is he is blatantly just changing things using time passing as an excuse so he doesn't get called out on writing the characters incorrectly.
Seems legit.
Seems like a fuckwit.
I'm not understanding this. I don't know why 4 is in air quotes. That makes... Like, not only is it in air quotes, it's not even written. It's literally the number 4, which is for some reason in air quotes. You know, fuck me for trying to figure that one out, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. It's just for some reason he insists on never writing a number out, even if it's 2 and 3. He insists, even if it's 1.
Fucking
like,
moron.
It's for some reason also he is including author's notes to what he's referencing. So a moderate amount, 45%, and then later on he says a moderate amount, 25%, a moderate amount, 30%. It's like, so he's using the same word to describe different things, and the only way you can tell the difference between the usage of that word in one spot or another is the author's note telling you what he actually wants to say. I
want to beat this person in the face.
Yeah, effectively. I just arbitrary a fucking bunch of arbitrary measurements. Here comes the author's notes now. Author's note: the Kingdom of Melomark is a territory of 838.79 miles west to east, and is 751.964 miles from north to south.
Oh no!
Like he's just including arbitrary measurements.
Wait! Hang on.
As an author's note.
Wait, what's
This
the
isn't-
fucking diameter of the Earth again?
What is
Circumference.
I don't know. It's
Circumference of the Earth is 40,000 kilometers. This country is apparently 1.3 million kilometers.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No, it's 1300.9. There was a period. There was a decimal in there.
Oh, that is supposed to be.
No, there is. Oh yeah, 1309. Fair
Why
enough.
is he arbitrarily including such precise, like... What?
Yeah, down to the exact meter.
I've never seen a
In
writer
fact-
worth their salt give decimal point measurements outside of like.
Well, it's not even that. It's what's the point of being like, oh yeah, that's 5,300. That's like saying like, oh yeah, that's like 0.5438 megabytes. It's like you can just say 5,000 bytes. Like I don't know why you had to include the decimal point to tell us the exact amount of bytes. In
fact,
megabytes.
this guy's actually given more accurate measurement than Wikipedia does for the Earth. Wikipedia only gives down to 3 decimals. This guy gives down to 4.
I don't know why. It's so fucking arbitrary. Like,
This isn't like on the wiki, is it?
also, what the hell is KMS? Kilometers
Kilometers.
squared? No, squares right
No,
before
it's just
that.
kilometers in plural. Except, that's not really an abbreviation that's used anywhere.
Yeah, wouldn't it just be KM?
Yeah, it would.
Because you don't pluralize abbreviations.
Nope, we don't.
Can we just leave before this breaks, Sneaky?
Also,
Nah.
Your opinion is irrelevant. Be quiet.
correct me if I'm wrong here as well. Aren't they supposed to be both capitalized?
I see. No, not both capitalized. I often see capitalized K, lowercase m, and also see lowercase both letters, but never both capitalized.
Okay. I knew there was something along the lines of like they're supposed to be like either both the same thing or something like that.
Yeah, usually
I
it's
know
both lowercase.
I know in chemistry that's important because when something is both capitalized, that means it's completely different measurement than when it's both uppercase.
Yeah.
But it's just like some author's note 20. It's like this is an author's note inside an author's note. Like this is not this whole section is not actually part of the story. This is an author's note explaining something that he said in the story. This entire thing, all of this highlighted. This is all an author's note explaining something he mentioned in the story. And then inside this author's note explaining something he mentioned, he then proceeds to have an author's note inside the author's note to explain the words he's using to explain the words he used.
Excellent.
I want to fucking punch this author in the face.
Yeah.
You do that.
So I will leave a constructive review.
Oh boy.
I somehow doubt
You
that.
will not.
Constructive review for you is to stop using your lack of grammar and spelling and understanding of the English language as a means of waving off criticism via citing it as your writing style. Period. Did I actually spell everything in here correctly?
Did you?
What the fuck? Did I seriously?
Yep.
That's a bloody first
It's a-
for
it's a
Max.
miracle, boys.
Apparently I am
Sneaky
Apparently
Max,
I am
meant.
so mad at this man's inability
this
to
is a first
spell
for
or
me
use
too.
grammar.
Good job, Sneaky. You didn't
Oh
need
yeah, I
me
guess
or
it is
Grammarly
technically
to
a
help.
first for Max because it's the first time he's seen this.
I apparently my spite is so great that it can triumph over my inability to spell.
Yeah.
Normally, your spite makes it worse. I guess you found just the right level of it for this. Ugh.
I am actually missing a comma right here.
Are you though?
Yep. And understanding of the English language. There should be a comma right there because that's like a segue.
Well,
See.
you could also just get rid of both commas, and
I
it'd just be kind of it would just be a kind of obnoxious sentence.
Yeah. I didn't see anything else to say there. Possibly, also, if possible, while doing so, consider learning why those rules are rules. Is there anything else I can mention here? Oh, yes. As well as doing less telling and more showing. There we go. Post review. Get fucked, author. Alright, so now that that's been over and done with, let's get to a Naruto story. Let's do a Naruto fairy tale. Let's finish the night off with that.
Finish the night off, Sneaky. It's 7 o'clock.
Not even.
It's,
10 minutes.
dude, I think Sneaky's done after
Look
this
at the
story.
scroll bar.
Hmm.
Which
Yeah.
scroll bar are we
I see.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
That's
Dragon
important.
Slit. No, I don't think we haven't looked at this, have we? Sneaky, why is this on here 3 times? Why are there 3 results?
Yeah.
Sneaky,
Wait, have I really?
Yep.
you've done it once every year since 2019. We got one for 2019, one for 2020, and now one for 2021.
Oh my god.
I'm like, wait, Fairy Tail and Naruto named Dragon
wait,
Slayer on
I
your
think
phone.
I've fucking I vetoed it the second time you posted it.
Oh, that's right, you did, and I said I was gonna put it back in the pile, yeah.
Except you've already fucking done it before.
Have we?
Isn't this the one where like Naruto takes the place of
Oh no, this is gonna be the story where Naruto is Agnolia's son.
oh god.
Oh, dear Christ.
Oh.
Yeah. I
This
remember
story.
this. I remember this.
Yeah.
And I wish I fucking didn't.
Minato-kun. Oh yeah, this fucking fusion story. Yep. Fuck.
Yeah.
We've already covered it.
Pain. Taco.
Indeed.
Yeah. So this is saved by the I do like how I'm motivating you guys to double check every single one of my fics whenever I post something you really hate.
Yeah.
You know,
I just saw him like this looks familiar, and I don't know why.
oh, actually, this is a recommendation now. I can actually remove this from the hate list.
What?
Metallurgy. It's a My Hero Academia story that I originally put on this list for the Femme Katsuki listing.
Okay.
So, female Bakugo.
Oh.
Hmm.
I originally put it here because it looked really, really cringe. Because basically the summary is in which Izuku gets a quirk that is good and Katsumi Bakugo is too introspective for her own good. Izuku times Katsuki. Wait, why the fuck is Katsuki a canonized character? Jesus Christ, my hero.
Wait, what?
So
Is
remember
female-
how the Naruto fandom used Naruto so much that the admins actually added her as a character?
I thought Katsuki was Bakugo's last name. Like I thought that was his family name.
Yeah.
No, Bakugo is his family name.
No, Bakugo is his given.
Wait, no,
No.
Sneaky.
Izuku Midoriya. Midoriya is listed as an M dot. Katsuki
Yeah.
Bakugo.
That's
Bakugo
sneaky,
is listed as a
sneaky,
B dot.
Sneaky. I know you can't read, but in the summary it's Katsumi, and in the fucking
Oh.
characters it's Katsuki.
Yeah, I
With a
can't
K.
fucking read. Look, dude, my eyes
Yeah.
are bad.
Exactly. I'm just saying because you're on a
Also,
tangent.
Katsuki
That's
sounds like a
retarded.
female name, so my brain was just like, that's probably the
Yeah.
female version. But
Yeah.
no, anyways, my point does stand. The Naruto fandom used Naruto so much as a character that the admins actually added Naruto in as a character to the listings.
Yeah. And God wept.
A little bit, yeah. Alabama cheered, though.
Of course they did.
Yeah, probably.
No, probably they did.
You know,
We had to-
Naruto answers the eternal question of if you jacked off your clone, is it masturbation or sex?
Both somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway,
The answer
yeah,
is
this
yes.
is actually a story I actually recommend, Metallurgy. Basically, Izuku gets the Silver Surfer as a power set without actually being the Silver Surfer's powers beyond his Quicksilver metal being really strong, and it can fly.
Damn.
He can't actually be like going into space. He's not actually like some alien and shit like that. Like he's just it just shares cosmetic similarities. It's actually a pretty good story to be real. So yep, we can remove that from the list. Let's see here. Now, it's a Fallout Ruby crossover. You know what we haven't done in a while? Ruby stuff.
Yeah, and I wish we could keep it that way.
Yeah, don't you? I think in
Yeah.
honor of the new episodes coming out.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck you.
Also, Pedro saying there's no Katsumi tag. There's no Katsumi tag yet. Also, I was right with Bakugo being his last name.
That's cool and all, but
Yeah,
okay.
that wasn't what was big.
Oh.
No one gives a fuck.
No, Max was saying that it wasn't his last name.
No,
Well,
yeah,
Max-
I was saying
Max
I
is
was
Max,
saying
that's
Bakugo
okay.
was the. I was saying Bako was his given name.
Yeah.
I think that's 'cause anyone only calls him that.
Bakugo
So-
and Kachan. Those are the two names that people will call him. So yeah.
Kaching Shong.
Yeah, but Japanese also only do last names unless you're close.
Yeah.
That's because
Kachan.
Japanese are weird.
Well, the other problem is that anime is informal Japanese, so there's no real consistency to it.
Pretty much.
Well, true.
See,
Like,
that's why I prefer America, where
You can
just
pick
call
up
someone whatever
Japanese
name they
watching
want
anime,
based on their own
but you're gonna get some
Yeah,
weird
like
looks.
when I first met Atin and he told me his name, I was like, "Oh, that's cool and all. I'm gonna call you MD."
I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I have a
He gave me the most fucking confused look ever and was like, "Oh, okay."
yeah. I was like, all right, whatever.
I guess.
I mean, I couldn't say anything because I'd explicitly called one of my friends Gary Oak when the very first thing he said was, "My name is Garrett. Don't call me Gary Oak."
Yeah, he said, "That's a karaoke." Yeah.
So I was like, all right, if he's gonna just give me a random name, fine.
Also, the existence of "Call Me Stacy." It's like that's not happening. Actually, no one's going to call you Stacy. Not with your voice sounding deeper than anyone else on this campus.
And the fact that you don't shave, and you still wear jeans and a dress shirt.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the Remnant Knight. There are many paths in life, Ed boy. Some that are set in stone, and some that are in state of flux. Then there are the ones that defy the course of fate. That wouldn't exactly be a path, though, would it? Like that's sort of the idea of fate, is that in life you have your paths, and then that to defy fate you go off the path. Like that wouldn't be like,
Forced somewhere.
I'm gonna go take the exit off of fate lane off on.
I'm gonna
that's-
go play Tsukuhime instead.
Like, there's no neat intersection you can just take a right off of to get off of fate lane. Like it's the whole "I'm breaking my fate" sort of trope is about not taking a beaten path and doing your own thing, and fighting against what you're quote unquote fated to do. So it wouldn't be a path. I'm already confused. This author's already fucking up his metaphor, simile, reference, purple prosing. I'll eventually get the correct word.
Someday.
I'll just keep throwing them out until people tell me to stop. This is one such path. Again, it wouldn't be a path if it's defying fate, because that would imply that a path is something that's been traveled before, which would mean it's something that you can travel, which would mean you aren't defying your fate if you're traveling something that's already been done. Like that's it's like saying I'm defying my fate by taking the interstate.
You know what?
What?
I won't take the back road to work. I'm gonna use the interstate.
Yeah, it's like they're both roads
I'm gonna
that
go on the road. Fuck
have
you.
been paved and lead directly to the location you want to go to. This is like what? Like you want to see fighting your fate? Tell a college kid their class is in 5 minutes while they're still in their apartment. And you will see that college kid invent flight.
Yeah, invent teleportation right then and there. Or just, accept their fate.
Yeah, you'll get one of two reactions. Oh shit, really? Oh well, I guess I'm sick today. And oh shit, really? Fucking gone, missing half a shoe.
Like that they chop the fucking shoe in half on the way out.
Oh god. Oh god, I've seen people literally scale the wall. That one fucking ninja dude, I've seen him literally fucking scale walls to get to class on time.
Okay, he doesn't count. He ran the parkour club.
I know, but Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's fucking genius, though.
Okay, look, this kid, like, okay, so for those of you who never went to the miserable land that is Vermont, it consists of
Hills.
absurdly flat stretches and hills that are a minimum of a 75-degree angle.
So Vermont is one of those states where you can actually say the statement that getting there was uphill both ways.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hold on a second, I just ascended the hill. Why am I still going up?
But so here's the thing. Outside one of the hills going up to the cafeteria was, I would say it was like an 87 Sneaky for the one outside Jensen.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking sheer. Like Jesus Christ.
The handrail was not there for wheelchair accessibility. The handrail was there for everyone's accessibility.
Yeah.
Okay then.
But I watched this guy sprint up the unsalted sidewalk in the winter because, oh crap, my class is on the other side.
Yeah, I've seen him fucking do some crazy shit. Yeah.
He was it looks like he was trying to run headfirst into the ground, but he just went up the hill.
It was straight up Skyrim physics happening, where it's like, I'm just gonna run at this mountain and slowly ascend as my physics update.
It just... Oh, and then there was the time... Sneaky, were you there for the time when he jumped out of the second floor of the business building?
Yep. Yeah, I was also there for the time where he wanted to get down the plaza really quickly and decided to fucking jump the entire thing and do a roll to land, and I'm just like, the fuck?
I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, holy shit, dude, are you okay? He's like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Like, holy shit, trying to outrun that guy was...
He's like, you must be a freshman. I'm like, how'd you know? He's like, oh, I've been doing this for like 2 years.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. We did the humans versus zombies thing on campus.
I'm sure that was
he
fair.
was the only zombie. Like, it was decided that for game one, he would be the only zombie, and all the freshmen were like, really? It's gonna take a while then, and everyone else was just like, no, it's not.
They're like, yeah, all of us were like, that's gonna be a minute, isn't it?
You ever see like those Hollywood movies where you have an entire line of people with guns shooting at a single person, and they're like, running across the entire room, somehow dodging every single bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't fucking Hollywood, okay? That was this guy.
Understandable.
He
Sounds like a
was
treat.
so tryhard that in the middle of summer he brought out knee pads so that he could sliding
Yeah.
tag people
Oh my fucking god.
across the concrete.
I watched him slide across the parking
Madman.
lot, dodging shit, like going under car windows and shit. I was just like, what the fuck? How?
Like, I don't know how this man kept his balance. He
It
was
was straight out of fucking
sprinting
Assassin's
across
Creed
a
shit.
concrete courtyard.
Yeah.
And I see him like start to go down. I was like, oh, he's gonna go into a slide. That's gonna hurt like hell. And I just see black. I just look at his knees, and he's just got these big, thick knee
Yeah.
pads. And he leans forward, right? Like he puts his center of gravity entirely on his knees and just kind of ignored the laws of physics in a forward direction.
Just temporarily just decided physics were no longer a concern, yeah.
Temporarily activates no clip.
Oh my fucking god. It was straight up Assassin's Creed levels of dodge going on when people tried to break out the melee weapons on him, and he's just fucking weaving around them like it's straight out of a Assassin's Creed cinematic. Like
my favorite moment as a survivor. I only played the
first round, yeah.
the first round, but my favorite moment as a survivor was when I was like, no one else has succeeded in hitting this man. I was like, you know what? I play FPS. I'll put my Twitch reaction against his, and I actually succeeded.
Oh, yeah. Did you get him with the single shot as well?
I got him with the single shot right in the chest. I was like, no, we're not doing anything fancy here. We are going straight for center mass.
Because of how small that fucking thing was, I always kept one right next to my heart with the pocket that I had in my vest. And so when he dropped down one time at the mailroom, I was like, shit, bang! And he's like, fucking seriously?
I don't think it's the right to complain about that.
Oh no! Like, by the way, yes, that is in fact his uncle. But like, credit to the man. He would be like, "Oh, hey, you got me. Good job, man. I'm coming for you."
I still lost because the entire fucking parkour club, he's like, yo, congratulations on getting me, but look up. I'm like, what? As I fucking look up on the two sides of the hill between the mail valley, just the entire fucking parkour club. I'm like, ah, shit.
I understand why you're so confident now.
Fuck.
Yeah, weirdly enough, no parkour clubs at University of Alabama, but there were a number of parkour people that would just scale the buildings because why not?
You know, it's when needs must, college kids will find a way to do something.
Including waiting for the electric Prius to hit them and pay for their semester.
Pretty much, yeah. I do remember one other moment where that
wasn't a legit offer at Alabama. If one of our bus drivers hits you, you get a full ride and medical bills completely paid.
I mean, you did just get hit by a bus, so...
No, that was the thing that they said at orientation. It is an open invitation to every incoming freshman. If you think you can get the bus driver to hit you with the bus.
Yeah, that wasn't an invitation at Vermont because the bus driver wasn't going to stop.
Yeah, no, that was an invitation out of Alabama because the bus drivers were trained
At
to
Vermont, it was, if you think you can survive the bus driver,
we're going to sue you.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah,
as it should be.
No, it was pretty funny. But no, the one before we get into the story, the one other time that I do have really fun memories of the Humans versus Zombies is the time that I and 5 other kids who I found who had the LMG Nerf gun, the automatic Nerf gun.
That try-hard of a lad.
The working one, by the way, not the fucking belt-fed garbage one that got jammed every other shot. No, the working one, the Remnant or whatever it was called, right? I straight up dropped a duffel bag of 300 darts in between us. And I was like, gentlemen, This is our last stand.
All right. Here's the real question. Did you guys mod your Nerf guns?
No, it was not
No.
allowed. You were
Oh, well,
not.
that's
If you were
fucking
caught doing it, you would actually get in trouble with the college. No, it wasn't just
Yeah.
like you would get thrown out of the.
Well, because the
competition.
college has had a couple of people mod them so that they would go farther, so they
Yeah.
could try to snipe the zombies. But of course, they
use them
it's
point
like, oh
blank.
hey, that could literally put someone's eye out, and then it
Yeah.
did put someone's eye out, and they're like,
Yeah.
nobody do this.
Those must have been electric ones then, because all you have to do is remove the air restrictor and the pump variety.
Yeah. No.
It's not enough to put someone's eye out, but it does like double the distance.
Yeah. The problem is that there wasn't a lot of distance.
What Nerf ammo were you guys using?
The standard elite darts, the blue ones.
What the fuck were they doing to how the hell were they modding those things then to get that kind of damage?
They were shooting them point blank into people's faces.
The fuck's wrong with them?
College.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like college.
But anyway, so I even did the whole classic fucking thing where they were all waiting at a location shooting at the zombies, and there I come just fucking ambling in, carrying this giant duffel bag. I'm like, ammo's here! Throwing it on the ground. They turn around, else they're grabbing clips and reloading.
It was the stupidest thing.
Excellent.
I was known on campus for being that guy for a while because I did carry around a duffel bag of ammo.
He was in fact insane.
And yet you can't, and yet you couldn't support me in Battlefield. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, Max. I don't think we ever played Battlefield together.
Oh, we did. We played on Ruck's server.
Oh, those were that was past the days where I actually gave a shit about Battlefield.
Unfortunate. Try again next time.
Yeah,
Max.
you unfortunately played with me in my shit posting period of Battlefield playing. Because like if you had caught me like maybe a year or two earlier, you would have seen me being like that guy that literally got so many kills his guns ran out of ammunition and started using the kits that were being dropped on the ground to get more kills. That was me, like a year or two before that. Yeah, I kind of just stopped giving a shit eventually because that was around the time that they had come out with the shortcut kits, where they started being like, hey, this is going to be really long, hard, and complicated, or you can pay us $7 per class to unlock everything. It's like,
I don't remember that in Battlefield 3.
oh yeah, no, it was on their website, the shortcut kits. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember that being a really big thing in Battlefield 4, but not Battlefield 3.
It wasn't really
Sneaky
advertised in Battlefield 3 too much. It was like near the end. If you ever used their website to do shit, you would have seen it, but it wasn't like advertised in the game. And then they started advertising it in the game with 4. But anyway, so fighting fate, fighting the fate of reading this story. Hey,
Gotcha.
this is one such path where the course of destiny is defied. This is a path where the course of destiny is defied. Author, do you see
for
any
as bad as it, for as repetitive as the gameplay was, at least Kingdoms of Amalur was like, yeah, so everybody's got a fate. Guy whose job is to look at fates.
You don't.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Jesus Christ, you don't.
I see you just made a weapon out of like magic and cut that man out of fate.
No,
he is dead forever.
It's actually
also
worse
you
than
may
that.
be rupturing space-time.
It's actually worse than that, Atin, because canonically, whenever you go into fate breaking mode, people can't actually tell what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
They're not physically capable of comprehending what you just did. All they know is that 1 second you're fighting this guy, and the next second he's dead at your feet and his soul doesn't exist anymore. And it's like, the fuck?
I think my favorite part of that is, like, the elves are all like, oh my god, we have to kill him. We have to kill him. This is so... He is not okay. He is ruining our cycle of reincarnation.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good shit. I liked it. I'm actually really enjoying playing the remake of it. Reforged or whatever it's called. It's definitely smoother. Definitely a lot smoother than the original. Anyway, so this is a course where this is a path where the course of destiny is defined. Yeah. So this is a path where the path of destiny is defined. Yeah. This is where the path of a knight is forged. Oh, because people apparently have never become knights. Knights didn't exist until now. According to this author, by how he's phrasing everything, knights never existed until this very moment, where John became a knight.
Excellent.
That didn't exist before.
This is first published 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, that is before we saw Ozma, but
It wouldn't matter. The idea of a knight is still the idea of a knight.
no, you're right. But I would just like to be like, except that we know that Ozpin was very much a knight even before civilization fell and then was restarted. So.
Right, but Max, like, if he wanted to, if he wanted to better phrase this, it would be like he would forge his own path, one that none had tread before, a path of an exemplary warrior shining bright to lead the way or some shit like that, and then later on be like, yeah, it's a knight. Because knights were never a thing, because they never got to be a thing, because all the culture around knights never existed in Remnant. But if you're just like, yes, I will build a car that's never been built before, and my Ferrari will be amazing. It's like, Ferrari's already a car. That is a well-tread path. Many Ferraris already exist. And you're not exactly breaking the mold of cars by building a Ferrari. You know.
Oh, by the way, quick question for you, Sneaky. Do you prefer gull-wing doors or doors that like curve like down into the car when you get out?
Curve down into the car?
Hold on, like. They like they recess into the car a little bit for you to climb out.
Personally, I like the wing doors more. The aesthetics better and the structural, everything around it. I just like the visual more.
Why does C8 like to personally attack me with these technology shit posts? Why does he do this to me?
He knows how to strike where it hurts.
Yeah, C8, I'm gonna need you to,
That's some forbidden liquid right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to eat that liquid. My mother has a kid in 5th grade that parkoured to evade teachers for 2 hours. Yeah, I also do remember the time when I had a teacher throw a desk at a kid, and,
Excellent.
Hit him with the desk. The kid was like down the fucking hallway, and the teacher just comes out like he's a goddamn Olympic shot putter. He's like, whoa! Just hurls the desk sideways down the hallway and hits the kid with it. I'm just like, holy shit!
How did that teacher not get sued?
Oh, because the kid was a delinquent and he assaulted the teacher before that.
Ah.
Oh. Revenge fucking desk yeet.
Meanwhile, one of my coworkers who worked in one of the rougher counties before getting his current job at the tech company got stabbed and was berated by the principal. Well, literally told by the principal, well, you shouldn't have given the kid an F. It's like, hang on.
Yeah, no, New Jersey, rules were a bit different.
Oh, no, listen, I also don't. Rules were a bit different in the county that I was in school as well. Like, listen, you want to start a fight? Fine. But you take a swing at the resource officer, the gym teacher's coming to break it up, expect to get laid the fuck out.
Probably one of the best moments ever in existence was two jocks getting into a fight right outside the ROTC classroom.
Oh no.
And the drill instructor fucking blitzing out and 2v1ing them and ending the fight in under like 20 seconds. Just completely blindsiding both of them, kicking their shit in, doing some like Hollywood jump punches and shit. Oh man, it was great.
Yeah, it's just
I loved it.
This dude's ex-military. What the fuck are you gonna do, kids?
He's not ex-military. He was an active drill instructor.
Oh, he was still active. Oh no.
Marine. Yeah, they brought in a Marine to teach ROTC because I don't know.
Well, actually that seems to be pretty common. It seems to be
Yeah.
Marines who get called in for ROTC stuff. Probably because they're like one of the strictest
fucking
of
Marine drill instructor. The dude's built like a brick fucking shithouse, man. Like he had arms as thick as my fucking neck. And it's just like he just comes fucking barreling out. Body checks the first dude so hard he dents the locker on the other side of the hallway.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Parries
one of
the
those
first
things.
punch from the second dude, proceeds to trip him up, and then jumps up and slams down his fist with a fucking downward punch, and just drops the guy.
Oh, that wasn't necessary, sir.
And then the
please.
dude recovers and he's getting back up and he's swinging at the instructor. And the instructor's doing the fucking duck and bob and weaves around his punches and he just fucking gut punches the guy and takes him down. It's like, holy shit.
Meanwhile, I'm over here at the nice private Christian school where the closest it got to teacher violence was my teacher had permission from my parents to throw erasers at me when I was sarcastic. In return, I got to sass the teacher limitlessly. Like, when she was sick of my shit, she'd just throw the eraser at my head. I'd be like, alright. I'll take this trade.
Free erasers, eh?
God. My teacher tried to spray me with a water bottle to get me to stop sleeping in class, and
You slept through it, didn't you?
that didn't work.
You slept through it, didn't you?
I would wake up wet. At the end of class.
And clip it!
Wait, fucking, like, within seconds of the bell ringing, I would just be like, alright, just get back up. I'd be like, fucking Christ, my face is covered in water.
See, get on that. Make sure you clip that one. Some gold there.
There was a time in that same classroom where the desk was thrown at a kid. That same year, we had a really hot summer in the closing months of the school year. And I was resting my face on the textbook because it was nice and cool. And the teacher called on me being like, Sneaky, are you sleeping? And I go lift my head up. I'm like, what? He's like, oh. Carry on. I'm like, huh? Why can't I see on my right eye? Fucking book is attached to my face because I was so fucking sweaty, and the temperature difference between the two like dried the sweat, so the book was stuck to my fucking. And I'm talking. This wasn't like a small textbook either. This is like your fucking standard U.S. history textbook. So you know, a good like half fist of thickness. Just fucking stuck to my face.
Sounds about right.
Yep, been there. One of the buildings in my high school was like one of the original buildings from when the school was built back in like God knows when.
1840.
Yeah, no, like seriously, it was
that's what my school. That's what the school that the book stuck to my face in. That's when that school was built.
Oh, were there parts of that building you weren't allowed in because there was still asbestos?
Yeah, that was the old kindergarten area.
Woohoo! High five for the we almost got asbestos poisoning.
They still used it though, just not
Oh
constantly.
yeah, still used
If
it.
you or someone you know have
Yeah.
mesothelioma or whatever the
Jesus
fuck it
Christ, that was the commercial
They
I grew up on.
100% still use the building. They're just like, listen, you can't go over there. Why? Because there's asbestos in there. And like, we're high school students. We knew what asbestos was. We're like, should we be in this building? They're like, yeah, look, we just use that area to store all the extra school supplies. Just don't go in there. Wait, what?
Yeah.
And
No, well, it wasn't just that. It was also where the book fairs are being held and shit.
No, Sneaky, here's my favorite part.
Mm.
They stored extra desks up there, and
Oh.
then one year, because we were doing work study, they sent us up there to get those desks down. And I was like, I refused to go to class in that classroom.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I feel that.
I literally switched my schedule around so that I wouldn't have a math class in there. And the teacher was like, you know, Zach, I'm a little hurt that you switched out of my class. I'm like, listen, you're Prempus, you're a wonderful teacher. You're a wonderful person. You're great fun to be around. I will still TA for you. I am not sitting in that classroom. She's like, why? I'm like, because I carried those desks out of the asbestos section. And she's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Good times in the poor sector, gotta say. Good times in the poor sector. But,
They wouldn't have wanted to go to the third floor or the second floor. It was bad.
the shit we did as kids. The path of a knight is a path forged in blood, steel, and magic.
The Knights
what was
of
that?
Ni.
Wait, hold on. Blood, steel, and magic. Path of the Knight.
Are we playing Bloodborne?
Blood, steel, magic. Path of Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this like how when you say you're gonna be playing a warrior build when you go to start Skyrim up, and then like 2 hours later you're doing the stealth mage assassin?
Yeah. Stealth archer.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those scenarios where like I'm gonna be a knight, but actually I'm also gonna be using a shit ton of magic.
I'm going to use a two-handed weapon, and I'm going to use big, heavy armor, and I'm a stealth archer.
Yeah, and I'm a stealth archer. Yep.
Oops.
Pretty much. This is the Rise of the Remnant Knight. I can't help but feel. When did Rise of the Shield Hero come out, Max? Was that 2016?
I think it was 2016.
I actually don't remember.
Because I can't help but feel this author might have been a little bit inspired by something or other, you know. Oh, Jay Wilburn followed me an hour ago. I'm sorry, Jay. You had to endure an hour of this?
I don't even know if they're still here.
No, probably not. I wouldn't blame him.
Doubt it. Yeah.
You know who else is in here? That person who joined the server.
Yeah, gee.
I
mean,
will argue on behalf of fanfiction, but also not show up. It's like fair enough, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show up to this either.
I mean, it's like 2 a.m. overnight.
I get paid, so...
Well, not too much anymore, because we don't really get paid anymore, because Twitch,
I mean, yes, but I still... I still receive a nominal monetary sum, which is more than most of the rest of them.
That is true. So this is Ruby the Remnant Knight, featuring a John times Pyrrha times Yang times Ruby times Weiss times Blake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot the other part of the knight lifestyle is being a whore.
Man whore, in fact.
Yeah. I didn't know that was also part of the knight lifestyle, is having a harem. It's a interesting historical
historical fact.
modification. Yeah. There are many paths in life, blah blah blah. So you just repeated the summary. Fucking genius, author. It's like I almost didn't even need to read the summary. This announcement is to let you all know that as a thank you for being patient with me and allowing me to heal my heart.
Did he Did he rip the idea from this from Core?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Forging Destiny started like 2015, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did. Mm-hmm. This announcement is letting you know about what I have decided to gift you all, my fans, with a new chapter of Rising of an Arc. Oh, I'm fucking calling it.
Oh, wait.
This is absolutely Shield Hero ripoff shit.
Oh, actually, this dude wrote his story before Core. Core publishes July 11th. This is April something. Huh.
First published in North America in September 2015. Fucking knew it.
Yep. The novel and manga. The anime aired in 2019. What?
Yeah, that was only 2019.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
2020 was a long year.
You don't understand. Like, someone was referring to something a year ago. I'm like, oh yeah, that was 2019, right? And they're like, bro, it's 2021. I'm like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
And I was talking to my uncle, I think it was, a couple days ago. And I mentioned something. I was like, that was like 4 years ago. And he's like, no, actually that happened in 2018. I'm like, wait, hold up. Oh shit.
Well, no, like literally, I was like, Nose didn't believe me that Crusader Kings 3 is closer to being a year old than not.
What the wait? What the?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It came out in September of 2019.
September 1st.
Wait, what the fuck?
Or 2020, I mean. Sorry,
2020.
2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? Wait, Bannerlord's been out for 2 years?
Yes.
What the fuck?
What?
Wait, hold on, my grasp of time cannot handle this.
The flow of time is a straight line, and you still can't understand it.
The flow of time is a straight line, Ed boy. Oh Jesus! I cannot handle this. I can't. my grasp on time has been shattered.
Yeah.
And I've been playing Dota 2 for 9 years now. No.
Yeah, you have, baby.
I've been playing Dota 2 for 11 years now. Oh fuck! I've been playing that game for 11 years. Oh god.
We call pain time.
Oh.
That's in
This
fact
is not okay.
You
very
see, children, this is what it
high-scale
sounds like
pain,
when an
Taco.
old man slowly realizes that time is against him.
I think I'm having an active midlife crisis.
I mean,
Guess what,
considering
Sneaky?
your
Do you know what the
health,
worst part is,
yeah.
Sneaky? You're old enough.
I know. I know. It's supposed to happen at 40, but you know, the internet accelerates everything, I suppose.
Yeah, and also, your health.
Yeah, I know, right? I might be having an end of life crisis. Let's see. So I'll gift you with Rising of an Arc. No, this is an absolute Shield Hero ripoff, as well as 2 new stories titled Remnant Knight and Tales of the Wanderer Revival Edition V2. This story.
Sneaky. Once August comes around, I think that'll be year 10 of us knowing each other.
No, year 11, dude. We met each other in 2010.
No, I don't think so. I think it was 2011 or.
It wasn't that a fucking. No, that was a fucking mind fuck and a half. No, we first met on Steam in 2011. We were talking in 2012.
No, we met on Fanfiction. 2011 through My Life with the Infection story.
No, it was, yeah. No, what I'm saying is we were only messaging each other for a while over Fanfiction. But yeah, wasn't that a fucking mindfuck of hellish proportions when I was asked to name 6 people that I've known for more than 6 years? I'm like, oh fucking shit, Max is actually listed under that. What the fuck?
Fuck, I mean, I can list Grey, Nexus, Fiend, the entire fucking gang. God. It's been 7 years now.
Yeah, you can practically call them your fathers. They raised you from age of 12 to 19.
Yeah,
you actually got that right for once.
I know.
Nice. Yeah, August
I'm
16th,
just on top of my
2011.
game today.
First time.
Yeah.
It's this coconut rum that I'm drinking.
Back then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. This is when Gmail still grouped fanfiction review alerts in the same thing as long as it was within a 24-hour period.
Yep.
That made it so much easier, actually.
It really did. Also, wow, this smells really good.
They smell like
You say
coconut.
that, I just smell burning.
It tastes really good too. Wow. This is 1800. This is 1800 reserve coconut. Apparently, it's silver tequila infused with coconut flavor. And yeah, it is. This is fucking quality. Jesus. That's good. That's really good. That you know, I will say, Callie is one person. If anything else, I would like to share a drink with. I feel like if I had any ability to do anything, I would share a drink with Callie for one night. Just go out drinking with her. Nothing else from that. Just go out drinking and talking. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I feel you.
I feel like it would be an interesting time.
Like I feel like out of all of them, like Callie would be the easiest to just be like chilling with.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, Callie absolutely vibes.
Like absolutely nothing else. Just we're gonna chill.
We're gonna vibe.
Yeah, I dig it. And then she gets drunk and starts saying things that the quiet voice says inside her head, but she says it out loud.
Excellent. That's when the N-words start flowing.
This story
Probably not from her.
is an attempt.
Oh no! You haven't you seen?
No.
Haven't you shown him the tweets, Sneaky?
No, I did not show him the tweets.
Is this gonna disillusion me about Callie?
No, it's not in that way. She ghetto spoke. She ghetto spoke a lot on Twitter back in the day.
Yeah.
She did a lot of my N-words. Back
And
in
also
the
half-sized one.
Only Ame has done the hard R.
Well, I mean, I'm fairly sure Callie has done the hard R, just we don't have any.
Yeah, just no proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
She pulled a PewDiePie. Ame did.
Yeah, I would pull many PewDiePies if I was in Hololive.
I know, that's why you wouldn't be in Hololive for long.
Yeah. I mean, that's disregarding the fact they wouldn't take me to begin with.
This story is my attempt of healing my soul from the season 3 finale.
The season 3 finale, eh?
Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of stories he writes in the result of the 4th season, the 5th season, the 6th season, the 7th season, and the 8th season. If he thought the season 3 finale was hurtful, I have bad news for him. I have bad news for Past Author. Past Author, you might want to stop now. Before it's too late. Considering that he did in fact stop updating this story 2 years later, I can only expect that he did in fact see season 6. And yeah. Breaking away from canon and entering into the alternative universe with some differences with John and Cinder. And to a completely different alternate ending to episode 12, of course, because I really want Cinder to die for what she did in canon.
What did she do at that point? Is this
Shoot
this
Pyrrha.
probably a Pyrrha thing?
Yeah, it's the Pyrrha thing.
You know, not the whole diplomatic incident, destroying
Genocide.
the CZ Tower. Yes,
That's
genocide, massacre, slaughter. Like, no, it's killing Pyrrha.
You know, another thing I would like to see is the truthful brutality that you expect from a universe like RWBY, where it's just like, we've caught the prisoner, great, pulls out gun, shoots prisoner. Alright, good job everyone. And like, no one bats a fucking eye, but like the self-inserts freaking out, like, we were supposed to imprison them, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, there you go, Atin.
Thank you, Arn. I would say right now one of my personal favorites is in our self-insert. We're like, hey Ironwood, you should totally just let us do a plea deal and put a bomb in Torchwood's neck. Torchwood
And Neo's.
and Neo.
Yes.
No. Mr.
Or just, give him a ride with the old
Please
IRA
tell me
Express.
at least one of you said Mrs. Anderson to Neo at one point.
We haven't really talked to Neo much, but there may be an opportunity for that.
You gotta slip at least one reference in there. Like, come on.
Oh, well, we also offered the lamp to Iron. Was like, you could just take it.
Oh, well, I guess that.
He didn't take it though.
Mm.
Ozpin was kind of like
It's
a bit
yours, my
ridiculous
friend.
how he was running things.
Rope, bombs.
But
it's
I
yours,
think
my
what we
friend.
did was we actually
Only have
rolled
rupees.
for it, as we do when we come to weird writing decisions like that.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Ironwood, what are you gonna do? All right, he decided not to do it. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know what we would have done if the dice had decided he took it.
I like dice. Dice is a good.
I think the story might have ended there. Because
What
I'm
would you say?
gonna be
Here's the thing.
honest.
As long as you, here's the thing. Dicer can be a really fun way to keep a story moving, as long as you are intelligent enough to have considered what the possible outcomes might be beforehand.
Oh yeah, of course.
What happens if these two fail this? What happens if Max and I massively fail this combat?
Oh yeah. I was fully willing to make that my attempt at a one story. I mean, it ended up being a one shot, but I was fully willing to make that worm attempt a one shot if I just rolled badly on the dice. Just be like, boom, dead. That's the end of the chapter, guys. Goodbye.
Yeah, you
Story
discussed it
over.
with me when you were writing that up.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit! I almost just fucking ended this story before it began.
At night, we had a plan for like, oh no, Team Cardinal has accidentally killed the self-inserts that revived, so now Ozpin has to be like, don't worry, they're just freaks of nature, it's okay.
Don't worry, they're not actually dead. Although we might have let Team Cardin stew for a bit.
Anyway, so without a further ado, why did he space that? Without further ado, why did you space that, bruh? Here is Remnant Knight Chapter 1. P.S. Author's note. I will continue my other RWBY stories.
It's 8:44. Can we like?
We'll accelerate. Pull your jets. No, we're gonna keep going. Unless you have a better thing to talk about that's actually related to fanfiction.
Don't do anything this author's done.
Oh jeez.
Just don't in general, honestly.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. This postscript author's note.
How bad we talking?
Oh jeez. This postscript author's note. P.S. I will continue my other RWBY stories because I hope Pyrrha will return. Ooh.
It's best if she doesn't at this point. They can only ruin her.
They can only ruin her. The best way to read this chapter is to play the song Roundabout by Yes.
Oh, you leave Roundabout alone.
You might know it best as the song played at the end of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Please shoot yourself, author. Just immediately, just bang, please. Never again refer to a good song like Roundabout by Yes as that song that JoJo plays. I hold the same hatred for that as I do for just all of Glee, just the entirety of Glee, because so many of my favorite songs, like songs that I listened to for years, I had a playlist of that. I had a fucking iPod shuffle playlist of, you know, the fucking little USB thing.
Yeah.
I had a playlist of all these songs, and then fucking Glee comes out and starts doing covers of all these songs, and people are like talking about them. I'm like, yeah, you know, fucking what was one? Don't Stop Believing. That was a good one. I got into it. I actually punched this person, if I recall this correctly, because I got so enraged by what they said that the Journey cover of Don't Stop Believing is not as good as the Glee version.
Oh, they can piss right off.
And I'm pretty sure I literally punched that person.
I detect extraordinary amounts of wrong.
And I was just literally... Ooh. And they weren't the first person to say garbage like that, but like that's the one I remember the most, because that was said in real life to me and not on the internet. But
yeah, that's
there was just so much like that. I was like, oh, have you heard of this song? Yes, I've known about this song for only about 6 years. How'd you know about this song? Because I listen to music that's not garbage. Well, do you watch Glee? No. See previous statement. The Glee covers weren't even good.
No.
It was like really shit acapella, then mixed in postscript with the fucking instrumental of the song.
I wouldn't know. I still to this day
Yeah.
never seen anything from Glee.
Me neither.
Don't. I actually had 2 sisters. So
Oh,
I'm sure that was fun.
yeah,
My condolences.
I didn't really have a choice. I also know We're All in This Together by High School Musical. I still know the lyrics to this day because I have 2
High School Musical
sisters.
was okay.
They literally watched it every single day.
Oof.
I'm not even kidding. Every
Woman.
single day. Thankfully, the sequel to High School Musical was so bad that they stopped watching High School Musical. So that was good. I liked that. I appreciate the sequel because it made them stop playing High School Musical 1. Let's see. What happened? I'm out of the fucked finale loop. Are seasons that are multiples of 3 just fucked? What? Are you talking about Ruby? No, just all of Ruby is fucked.
yeah,
like,
it's just completely
all of it.
fucked.
There is not a single season of Ruby that was actually good.
It was
Yeah.
on an uphill. It peaked in volume 3 and very quickly jumped off the nearest cliff in volume 4.
Like, the
going
main
forward.
problem with volumes 1 through 3 is that they shouldn't be volumes 1 through 3. They should be volume 1.
Yeah, probably.
Like, volume 1 is literally the combined length of like 2 episodes of a normal anime.
Apparently, Coco is playing Fallout 4 in 10 minutes.
Neat.
Cool.
10 minutes is coincidentally when the stream should be over.
I don't care. I've never
me
watched
neither.
Coco and I don't plan on it.
I watched a bit, but not really my style.
That
she just
is honestly unexpected.
Too
really?
much Japanese.
Yeah, pretty much same.
Also, look, I only have time for EN, okay? And even
That
then, I'm
too.
like literally 2 months behind. So
I
if I
mean,
were to actually watch
ending-wise.
more,
No, all of the endings of all of the seasons, like season 1 and 2, didn't have endings. They just didn't. Like the
No,
endings of
they
season
didn't.
1 and 2 were effectively like they were effectively, what's the best way to put this? If they had little epilogues after an episode.
Season 1 and 2 were the ends of arcs. That was
Yeah,
the problem.
mini arcs. Yeah.
Yeah. And everything in between season 1 and 2 and in between season 2 and 3 were just kind of implied to be time skips without telling
Actually,
us they were time
yeah.
skips. So like the pacing was really fast. I usually don't like fast pacing. I was willing to give it a break because these were new writers. It was a
Right,
new
yeah.
project. It was a new experiment for Rooster Teeth as a whole.
And there
then,
was someone we had, like faith in.
yeah, and then that person died halfway through production of Volume 3.
Yeah.
And like there is clear improvement in the writing from Volume 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah, even I'll admit that was true. Yeah.
And then it just kind of leveled off, and the only consistent improvement became production quality with better voice acting, better looking art style,
Well, like, and
mostly
credit
better
to
general
the
animation. The fight animations kind of took a pretty noticeable dip, but general animations did improve.
credit to Barbara and Michael and all the rest of that group. Like,
Yeah.
except for whoever was voicing Blake, everyone got way better.
Yeah, enough that Michael voices a character in Fairy Tale who was a recurring character, and presumably has a couple more voice acting roles.
Oh.
Because Funimation saw was like, hey, you've got a good voice, and you
Well,
honestly were the best voiced character in Ruby for volumes 1 and 2. Sun was probably the best voiced
He really
character
was. Yeah.
because for some reason Michael was really good at throwing himself into the role.
Now, no shade on the rest of the cast, but I'm pretty sure that's because the rest of the cast really felt at times like some of the people involved in it didn't give a shit because it wasn't their project. It really felt like that at times. Especially some of the stuff like the due dates being given. I don't know why silhouettes. I don't know why silhouettes were being used in season 1 and 2.
No, it's just season 1.
Oh, just season 1. I don't know why they were being used in season 1. There was no. Yeah, exactly. Rushing
with a low budget.
What's the rush? They were an in-house production. Like there was no.
Part of the problem is that we had been strung along for like a year and a half with the trailers.
I'm aware.
Because that was how Monty was trying to pitch it to Rooster Teeth.
I'm aware, yeah.
And this was also when Rooster Teeth is still relatively like poor, especially compared to how much money they were raking in say 2018.
They were much smaller, so they couldn't spend forever working on a project.
I know, but my point is that the whole gist of the deal between Monty and Rooster Teeth was you do your job, and then once your job is done, if you can convince us that your idea is good, we will put resources on doing this job. Except it's sort of like how your parent fucks you over intentionally because they don't like what you're doing. Like, oh,
you'll never succeed doing YouTube videos, so whenever you try to do YouTube videos, I'm going to intentionally give you more work to do so you can't do YouTube videos, and then use that as proof as to how you couldn't make it on YouTube.
I don't appreciate being attacked.
I don't know, but you're a good example of it, though.
I know it's painful. On the other hand, boy, sure dodged a bullet with that in the year 2020.
Fucking I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Not that you should ever let them know that.
but
I would never give him the satisfaction.
but it's just like I don't know. Even if they were right in the end, it's the sort of thing where it's like we're gonna say one thing and then do a completely different thing to ensure the thing we said comes to pass. It really felt like with season 1, especially of RWBY, before it proved to be popular enough to actually pay attention to it. That Rooster Teeth could not give the management of Rooster Teeth could not give a shit about Monty's idea, despite all the hype he drummed up for it, despite the interest he was gaining, despite him already having a following. It really felt in the first couple episodes, aka the first season, that Rooster Teeth could not give a shit about it. And the quality of season 1 and 2 really reflected that. And it was only after they actually got a significant following where they like, oh, we should probably actually put resources towards this.
Yeah, despite the fact that when the red trailer dropped, people went insane.
Yeah.
Because Monty had already made a name for himself before Rooster Teeth. A lot of Rooster Teeth fans hadn't heard of Monty until he was brought on as their first ever animator for Red vs. Blue, so they could have more freedom for storytelling moments.
Yeah.
And we saw what he did with, I think it was 7 or 8 of RVB at the time.
That was Texas arc, so yeah, 7.
And then it's like, oh, this is really good and fluid and has some really great weight behind it. And then the red trailer dropped out of nowhere. It's like, oh, shit. I want to see this even if it's generic anime. And it managed to be generic anime for volumes 1, 2, and 3. And then it became trashier generic anime, volume 4 onwards, for all the wrong reasons.
Pretty much,
Like, we rewrote an entire season because people predicted it. It's like, I still hate that one so much.
I actually remember, it's a funny story, so yeah, we're going to save this story for later. I actually remember a fanfic where this happened, where I had private messaged the author my prediction for what he was going to do in his story, because he was at like chapter 5, and like I outlined his entire story because he said he was going to have a clear ending to the story and all that, and I outlined his entire story, and he's like, what the fuck, how did you guess all of this? I'm like, I'm just really good at it. He's like, oh, do I have to change it all now? I'm like, no, you really don't. Just because I figured it out doesn't mean you should change the story.
Yeah, well, the other thing that people don't get whenever someone predicts things, it's odds are this person has absorbed a lot of media, or they have just very, very good intuitive deductive reasoning. Like, they're connecting points that other people wouldn't normally see. But in the case of Ruby, because we know that Monty gave Miles and Carrie homework in the form of hundreds of episodes of a number of shonen anime.
And not just shonen, but like
fairy tales on
mostly
there.
shonen.
Yeah. He gave them homework, and it's very clear, like, Sneaky, you and I have talked about this on the podcast for sure. There are certain writing styles you can look at and say, I know exactly what you're copying, but you're writing it without understanding what actually made this so good.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Like, because I did that in my first fanfiction ever.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote something because, well, I know that this was good in this media. I didn't understand at the time why it was so good.
And that's definitely it's unfortunately when it came to Ruby, Monty's method of teaching was look at this anime, see that it's done well, now apply the ideas that were done well to Ruby. But the problem is they didn't catch the full meaning of what he was trying to tell them, and they just straight shit lifted stuff from other anime and just copy pasted it into Ruby. And that doesn't work well. Shocker. It's almost fanfiction quality. Shocker.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine a multi-million-dollar project literally having the same writing quality level as an amateur writer whose name is Naruto times Sasuke 42069.
Yeah, and then Jinlock comes along with a completely different writer.
And a completely
it's
different
actually
animation team.
competent.
This person, Grey Haddock, understood both the tropes used and what made those tropes so good.
And then proceeded to use them really well.
Yeah, to the point where
A lot of people give Genlock shit. I'm just sitting here like...
I don't know why. Like,
Sneaky, I want to point something out. I noticed a consistency when I saw people trashing Jinlock.
Yeah.
They compared it to Ruby, saying Ruby is so much better. They were the diehard Ruby fans who wouldn't know good writing if it bit them in the ass.
Yeah, okay.
Lash
Now
out
it's
and try to
starting
make sure their shit didn't get canned.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
there's
that
no
makes
way
more
Ruby
sense.
and it's made them too much money.
Yeah, they're milking it too well, but just notice how they stopped doing a whole bunch of other stuff for it, like the Ruby shorts. And then they started using all of the ideas in the Ruby shorts as actual canon ideas.
Yeah, the Ruby shorts ended up being the best thing about Ruby come Volume 5, and then we stopped getting those too. What were the writers for the Ruby shorts different? Were Miles
probably.
and Karen Ruby Chibi?
But no, apparently it was even worse actually recently. I was complaining to Arn and Gray about this.
Yeah.
So an assistant writer to Ruby actually contradicted what Miles Luna said. That's Miles Luna. That's his name, right?
Yeah, I think
What do you
so.
mean he
Miles
contradicted
Luna,
them where?
Terry Crenshaw?
So the question was based on Ironwood's semblance compared to what Miles Luna had previously said about how aura and semblances work. Where Miles Luna said that when you run out of aura, your semblance doesn't work anymore. But then he also said that when Ironwood ran out of aura, he was able to use his semblance to cut off his arm. Or burn his arm, or whatever it was. And so someone asked one of the assistant writers about whether semblances work with or without aura, and the writer was like, well, no, semblances do work without aura, and Miles is wrong. And effectively, it's the writers apparently just flat out don't communicate with each other. To no one's surprise.
Yeah. And look at that. It's time for us to go and stop reading this shit show.
Well, we never actually read it in the first place.
I know.
This might explain why the writing in Ruby Chibi was decent. So there was a third writer alongside Ruby and Carrie, guy by the name of Tom Alvarado. He was one of the writers for Nickelodeon's TMNT when they did that 3D remake that was actually really well written.
That would
It borrowed a lot
explain
of
it.
anime tropes and visual gags. Yeah. That thing that was well received even by older fans.
Yeah.
Like the thing where I was like, "Hey, this is
Not that
the
bad.
thing from
Yeah.
my childhood."
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains
That
some of
certainly explains quite a few things.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Ruby Chibi was canceled because they decided production for it was too much of a burden with all the. Because this was when they they had like
Oh,
five
this
or
is when
six
they were
animations running at once.
right. Yeah, this is when they were cutting so much because pretty much they were not solvent at all.
Well, and because let's not forget, Bernie's gone, Matt's gone,
Yeah.
Gus is gone. I mean,
Pretty,
Gus is
pretty
still
much the
technically.
entire founding
Gus
team
is
is
still
gone.
technically there, but Gus is gone,
Yeah.
and
Well, no, okay. When this was canceled, this was when we were starting to see Rooster Teeth's original guard start to slowly like peel off in their own directions. This was
Where's-
2016.
Where's Jeff? By the
Was
way,
that wait? Was that
Art-
really canceled in 2016?
Yeah.
by the way, Jeff
Oh,
still
fuck.
absolutely runs.
Well, hang on.
Achievement Hunter.
2016. Sorry, 2018, midway through. So yeah, this was
Oh,
the start
Jesus
of the old part. Like,
Christ.
yeah, this was like.
Don't fucking scare me like that, Max.
Sorry, I missed. Dyslexia kicked in. I'm sorry, but it was canceled 2018, which is when we started to see Bernie having less interaction.
Yeah.
Matt was stepped down, but really he was removed. Let's
Gray
be
was
honest, he
gone.
was.
Did they ever
Uh,
explain why Matt Hollum got removed,
No, he
or was that
stepped down.
just AT&T?
He stepped down, but everyone's pretty sure he was just removed because they wanted someone they could much more easily control.
Yeah.
Because
I think the exact events was something went wrong. Matt was the fall guy, and so he was just like, "All right, I'm gonna take my severance package and leave."
yeah, 2018 is basically where you can look at Rooster Teeth and be like, cool. Probably half of the original fan base is just gone or is in the process of leaving.
Or being actively
Everything's
driven
changing.
away.
They're trying to push new people who, honest to God, felt like diversity hires because they were starting to be much more liberal in their company policies and politics.
Yeah.
It like there were some people that they brought in achievement home, just like, I
Why are you
don't
here?
think you're funny. I
Yeah.
just nothing you've done or said is funny, and you've been here for like 6 months now.
Yeah.
Who was that?
That one check.
2018, I'm pretty sure is when like Fiona showed up.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, but I mean she's been like super sidelined now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just like she-
didn't she say shit on Twitter? And everyone was like, "Why did you say that?"
she spoke up about some stuff that she felt happened, and then it turned out that actually some of it did happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It
2020 was a long year.
It turns out that diversity hires are just that, diversity hires, and at the end of the day, Rooster Teeth wanted to keep the things that were profitable, which happened to be not her.
I mean, she's still there, but
yeah, but
I think she's separate from them.
the
No,
things
wait,
that she alleged against them would have fired anyone else, but because the people that she was alleging shit against were profitable, Rooster Teeth got rid of her instead of them. In a true progressive fashion.
Oh, yeah, Ruby.
gotta hit
is
those
at you.
profit margins.
Huh.
I mean, they have recently announced that they will not be taking on any future projects, and any current projects will only be continued if they are being financed by a third party.
Excellent.
I
the
mean,
prodigy.
honestly, like the moment that they forced Matt out and they got rid of the grandfather clause, like everything's pretty much on fire for this company now, and not in the good way.
Yeah, wow, hip hip hooray, yay for big companies who buy smaller companies that are operating fine and then ruin that smaller company by applying tactics that made the big company have to buy the small company in the first place.
Yes.
So basically, they buy up a company, forced to go bankrupt, and then just take all the money that they would be having.
No, basically they have policies. The policies don't work, and the project they were doing those policies with fails. And then they see a company that was successful who didn't have those policies, and so they buy the company, then apply the policies to the failed project to that new company that was successful, and then that company fails, and then they buy the next company that's successful, and they apply those failed policies to that new company, and then the policies fail again, and the company fails again. And they just keep doing that because they have so much money it doesn't matter to them that the policies
An important
keep failing.
example of this is what happened to say any studio that gets bought by EA.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. If you're bought by Microsoft, EA, or Activision within a certain period of time, just assume that your company is dying in the next 2 years and get the fuck out while you can.
Pretty much. And it is something that will forever baffle me. But then I learned that all of these people also have they also do the same progressive talking points. And this is the same group of people, reminder, that are living in California and vote for some certain policies and then realize that those policies are ruining California. And so they go to a different state and then they vote for those same policies again.
Yes, excellent.
There is zero recognition, and there is zero ability to connect what they are doing to the failure of whatever happened. Like they physically, mentally cannot comprehend that their action had a consequence that they disliked. So they just keep doing that action over and over again, keep getting the same fucking consequence over and over again, not comprehending that maybe that action they are doing is what's causing the consequence. And I'm not just talking about politics. I'm talking about fucking companies. I'm talking about animation studios. I'm fucking talking about Funimation, Crunchyroll. I'm talking about, AO3. I'm talking about fanfiction. I'm talking about video games that hire fanfiction authors. Fucking Mass Effect Andromeda. You know, I'm talking about all of this shit. It's all fucking rooted in the same stuff of the same fucking people doing the same fucking thing. And then being like, wow, I don't understand. Why does it keep not working? I don't know.
I mean,
maybe because it doesn't work.
Most of these executives are probably coked up to the eyeball and are quite literally insane. So them doing the same thing over and over again is the literal definition of insanity.
But it's not just the CEOs, though. It would be one thing if it was just the CEOs. It's the middle management. It's the lower management. It's literally everyone in the company who keep supporting, like, oh, I worked for this company, and I supported everything middle management said, and then the company went under, and I don't understand what happened. So I went to the next company, and I supported everything middle management said, and the company went under again. How does this keep happening? I don't know. Maybe stop supporting middle management when they're doing stupid shit.
Nah.
Too much work for them.
But people in middle management are my friends. I can't criticize them at all. So
it's never because they're friends. It's because middle management is the position they want to move to. So instead of being like, hey, I should maybe think about anything besides short-term gains. All they do is think about short-term gains, and then they get shocked when those short-term gains end up having long-term failures as a consequence, because it turns out that when you do a bunch of short-term gain things that have large long-term consequences, those long-term consequences eventually become present consequences and not long-term consequences.
They become full life consequences.
Yeah, they almost become half-life consequences.
Never say that again. Humanity never learns from their mistakes of the past. Gee, I would have never thought about that.
It's not just humanity that never learns from their mistakes of the past. It's just specific people. I can tell you plenty of people that do something stupid and go, wow, okay, that was stupid. I'm not going to do that anymore. And then they don't do it anymore because they're not stupid enough to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Unfortunately, the people currently in charge of hiring are those sorts of people.
Yeah.
And they got in charge of hiring because the people in charge of hiring them were those sorts of people. And so, inevitably, they are going to hire the exact same sort of people who are too stupid to think. If you haven't figured it out yet, I have a great amount of disdain for HR. Just any HR. HR in general, doesn't matter the company, I have disdain for them.
Anyway,
Makes sense.
it's
It is,
8:15.
yes.
I'm getting my dinner.
You do that. We're gonna close up for tonight because you know what? We're gonna do that story next time, and we're gonna have to read the full story and suffer the Half-Life consequences of them.
Don't worry, I'm sure we can derail you for it.
I doubt it. Maybe diversity and loot boxes aren't well received. It's not an industry focus group. Yeah, industry focus groups that happen to focus on everything but the focus. It's the fault of those damn racist young white men. Yeah, pretty much. Did you know that EA, Activision, and Blizzard all tried to patent loot boxes?
Yep.
Gotta make that payment somehow.
All three
You
of
know
them
what?
submitted patents for loot boxes.
I applaud the effort at a hustle, but
On-
I will
I-
not be impressed
If
by
I
it.
was in the patent office, I would have approved it. You know why? Just so I could see a three-way lawsuit go on.
Oh,
As all
Yes.
three companies are suing each other for taking each other's ideas.
plot twist.
Ugh.
They combine and a merge to
I would
get rid of
I
it.
would absolutely work in a fucking patent office. I would approve patents for the sole purpose of making large corporations fight each other.
Of course you would.
This is why you aren't being hired for patent offices.
Yeah.
I should be though.
No, you shouldn't. You literally just proved why you shouldn't.
No, that's
I mean, a whole lot of the economy is going to go.
come on,
back
no.
out.
I would create an economic stimulus that no one would have ever expected, and I wouldn't even have to be the president to do it.
Excellent.
Not wrong.
He just started signing off on them. We couldn't stop him.
Just fucking go into Ultra Instinct with the fucking accepted stamp.
The other thing I would do is I would cancel every patent on anything that's being held by a patent troll company.
Oh, fuck those people.
I would convince HR and upper management that it's actually in the country's best financial interests to reissue fees when more than one variable patent is being held by a company. So if a company is holding a patent for medical technology, but is also holding patents for electronics that has nothing to do with medicals, just issue them extra fees. Every single month they hold on to those patents. I will turn the country against itself using greed to make a better world. Vote for me, 2024.
Still won't be old enough, but
No, I will have to be, what, 42?
35.
Oh, okay, so vote for me in 2036, I believe, yeah. 2036, vote for Sneaky Devil.
Sure. Fuck it. Put your name on a ballot, see what happens.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Alright, so we'll see you all next time on Tuesday, 7 to 9-ish p.m. Because you know what? There is always more. It does always get worse.